Can you let me share my screen? Okay, good. So can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I would like to walk you through, Isaac, can you mute? Please? Isaac, can you mute, please? Good. I would like to walk you through the project. So I really want you guys to do well. So I want to kind of like break it down to you. This is the only time I'm going to break this project down to you. The next time is you get in touch with a mentor, because if I have to tell you everything I want you to do, then it's no longer a project, right? I'll be the one to give the final assessment. So let your mentor kind of like guide you. Your mentor will not solve it for you, but they will guide you, okay? And this is going to be the last time I'm going to explain it to you. I don't want to explain more than I'm going to do. Otherwise, it's not helpful for you guys, okay? So now, the project is to build a simple system for a telecom company, okay? So let's think about it like Rogers. You want to work in Bell, you want to work in Rogers, you want to work in MTN, you want to work in Hetel, or whatever telecommunication company you want to work for. You're supposed to design a very simple app that would help them manage their customers and billing. So what's the problem statement? The finance ed global communications already, can you please mute, please just mute, please. Everyone should mute, please. So we have, they have over 3,000 customers, and maintaining Excel sheets has become impossible. This is a typical use case for Salesforce to come in. Salesforce helps manage this operation, okay? So now, the analysis. The company offers services to mobile and internet users, meaning that there is phone data and there is minutes to call, okay? So that's what you need to start thinking about. There is minutes to call, there is data, and there is XMS, okay? Those are like three services you have. Now, the first thing first, you need to have Salesforce object to store records. You need to have Salesforce objects to store records. Now, what are the objects you need to create? There are only 3 objects you need to create for this project. If you're creating more than 3, okay, I'm really tired of having people to mute their phone. If you're creating more than 3 objects for this project, then you're doing something wrong, okay? So create 3 objects. The first object is customer. The second object is plan, and the third object is bill, okay? So you can call it whatever name you want to call it, but ideally you should be calling it customer, plan, and bill, okay? Or billing, whichever way, but just making sure that you have a consistent name that doesn't look too long or lengthy for an object. So now the customer is storing information of name, phone, email. So typically, if you go to your trailhead, I just want to quickly show you that. I'll just show you that. Just give me 1 minute. Launch this. Comfort, can you mute your phone, please? Thank you. So you go to your trailer, you go to setup, and you create the object, okay? 3 objects. That's what you need to do. Customer, plan, bill, okay? Now, this is the most challenging part of this project. Automatically calculating the bill after the customer has been selected. You want to automatically calculate the bill, okay? So let's go down. Customer selects a plan and you enter a bill. So meaning that you have to enter a record. You go to, let's say this is a bill, you go to the bill object and you enter the records for that bill. So how do you get to enter the record for that bill? I gave you some details. These are the details. For the plan, you enter all these records: basic plan, standard plan, and premium plan. What does this tell you? It tells you that there should be a field in the plan object called free calling minutes. there should be a field in the plan object called free internet, MB. There should be a field in the plan object called free SMS. So you should have all these fields present in the object called plan. And how do you do that? You create plan objects. Then you go to the objects, you go to fields and relationships. Then you create the fields for the plan objects. And free calling minutes is 500. So can a calling minute be 500.1? No. So you should be using probably an integer. Okay. So in terms of data type, when you're creating field, make sure you select the right data type based on the data you've been given. Call rate per minute is in $2. So the data type you should be selecting is currency. Okay, so make sure you're selecting the right data type for the fields. Now we have 30 days plan duration. That's integer, right? You should be selecting number. Where's number? You should be selecting where's number? Yeah, number. And you shouldn't put any decimal place in the number. It should be 0 and it should be 2. Why? Because you cannot have 100, 0, 0. Perhaps you can have 0, 100 days, but in a month, you only have 30 days or 31 days max. So you shouldn't have more than 2 digits in your plan duration. Okay? Same with standard plan, same with premium plan. But let me go up again. I said, as part of the data model for this application, create 3 custom objects, which I've already explained. Plan custom object to contain the following information, customer with the following information, and bill stores a record of the monthly bill generated. So remember, monthly bill generated. So meaning that a bill that you're creating should have the start date and the end date. So it does not necessarily have to be the start of every month. Your contract can start from 15th of the month to 15th of next month. So make sure the field is a date field. It's very important. When you're selecting the data type for your start date and end date, ensure that the data type you're selecting is a date data type. Okay? So now that we have that, then I gave you everything you need to create. Wow, this is the easiest project I've ever done. Like literally, they've done all the work for you. Call rate per minute. These are the fields you're creating in the plan objects. These are the fields you're creating in the customer object, customer name, email, phone, plan. But what you probably would have issue or challenge with is the relationship. So how would you relate the bill, the customer, and the plan? How would you relate them together? Previously, I've explained to you that customer would have one plan, but customer can have many bills. What does that mean when it comes to data modeling? It means that you can have one customer, many bills, one to many. Customer is the master, bill is the details. For customer and plan, you can have lookup. So when you're creating a customer, you assign a plan to that customer. So in this project, what should you do first? The first thing you need to do is create a plan. Because if you're creating a customer, you need to assign the plan to that customer. But make sure that this is a lookup relationship and this is a master detail relationship. Okay? So now I gave you like what would require further, like if you're doing this in a real work situation, you're expected to know how to put certain condition. And what are the conditions? For instance, if I am a customer and I have a customer profile, should I be given the access to edit my bill? Imagine Roger sent you your bill today. Roger sent you your bill and they say you can check online your bill price. Would you be able to edit the price or the charges they're giving to you in that bill? Would you be able to edit it? No. Because you are a customer. So that's why I'm telling you, although I shouldn't be telling you this this is something that you should think for yourself. But because it's your first project with me, I'm telling you that a customer should not be able to edit the plan fields. As a customer, I shouldn't go and go to the plan and edit the price for a plan because I'm a customer, right? I shouldn't be able to do that. Now, customer cannot create edit bills. Why? Because the system admin or the customer agent would create that bill for the customer and send it to that customer. Okay? That's why this condition is there. Again, as a consultant, you should be thinking about this condition, but I've already given it to you right now because, oh God, is it very hard to mute your phone? You're distracting me, guys. Okay, so now I have the bill, create, edit, delete, okay? So now that we have that condition, the next one, ensure no user has the ability to create, edit the total billing amount. How can you ensure that? You ensure that by using a formula field. A formula field would stop any form of edit. Remember, if you have any formula field in, I think this was the thing we created, right? The last time. This is a formula field, I think, but the bottom line is a formula field would not have this edit stuff. If you're using the formula field, you will not be able to edit it. Okay? I shouldn't be telling you that, but again, I'm telling you. Formula field for ensuring that, okay? Ensure the bill start date is always less than the bill end date. This is one area I think we haven't really touched when we did objects. So let me quickly show you what it means. When you're in an object, there's what they call validation rules. And validation rules is just a rule you put in place to ensure that any record you create in an object is validated. So when you're doing that, you can just create new validation rule and says, whatever statement I've made here, ensure the bill start date is always less than the end date. So what you just need to do is insert the start date, then you now say greater than the end date, meaning that the start date must be less than the end date. Otherwise, throw this validation. So you just say start date, end date. So if this is true, then throw this error. Okay? So it's gonna throw the error in the front end when you're trying to create that record. For more information, read this link, you'll get it. Ensure the difference between the start date and end date equals the validation days, equal to the planned duration days. Again, the same approach, the difference between the start date and the end date should be equal to planned duration. All these stuffs are fields, okay? This field equals to this field. So if it's not equal, throw that error. So if it's not equal, you throw that error. Again, check the document and the link I shared with you here. You will see examples of how to do that. Ensure the customer record is unique. No two customers can have the same email. All you just need to do is make sure that the test field or the email field which you're selecting is unique. Okay? A customer can change their plans anytime. Track the plan history. Remember what I told you about creating an object? When you're creating an object, you have the liberty to track the field history. So the field history you want to track is the plan. Okay? So when you're creating the plan object, make sure that this is selected. Customer can change their plan anytime, track the plan history, create a dedicated application, and add only the required objects. Right now, we have so many objects here. I just want the object you've created. Plan, bill, customer, that's it. Then you create an app. I showed you how to create an app. This is the Blackforce app. That's what you're creating, billing telecommunication app. Okay? So that's everything for the project. I'm going to take a pause here and I'm going to find out if you guys have gone through this project and you have any questions that I haven't explained right now. I don't want to tell you more than this, but quickly raise your hand up and let me clarify whatever questions you have regarding this project, okay? As long as I've not explained it, I want you to kind of like not just ask questions for me to tell you the answer, but the question should be things I have not explained in this afternoon session. So I'll start with Omar. Omar, please.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon. The challenge I have is I tried looking through, and at number 2, I got stuck. Now, that's where you're saying creating default plan records. So what I understood by that was the records, we have basic, we have standard, and we have premium. So my own thinking is I do not have to create all these fields, because that means if I create all these fields, we'll be imputing it every time there's a customer. I was thinking that there'll be a place to put in all this, in the record, so that when I choose basic, it knows that this is all the figures I'm referring to. When I choose standard, these are all the figures I'm referring to. And when I choose premium, these are all the figures I'm referring to. So is that what you expect us to do? Or this should be fields, because I was just confused. This should be fields that we fill every time we have a client that has a basic, standard, or premium.
When you are, that's the purpose of relationship, right? The customer object is different from the plan object. So when you're creating a customer, you put in whatever the customer name is, then you select the plan for that customer. So this is what you're saying. You create the basic plan, standard plan, and premium plan. They will always be in the plan object. They will never change, or they can change, but it's not like you're creating multiple basic plans. No, you're only going to be creating 3 plans record, and that's it. Then whenever you're creating a customer, you will select the plan for that customer using a lookup relationship.
Yeah, that was what I did. But what I'm saying is, for these ones now, would I fill this in for each client, for each customer, the free calling minutes, the free internet? Would I have to fill it for each customer? Or once I choose the basic plan, it should automatically populate this these figures here and everything in here, all the data in here?
Yes, if you choose the basic plan, it will automatically populate it. But remember, the customer object does not have anything about plan and stuff. It only has plan, which means everything you've done in the plan would automatically be associated to that customer. So the customer should have these minimum fields, unless you find other fields useful, but don't put the plan fields in the customer fields. Okay? That's the purpose of the lookup. Lookup just kind of like look up the plan and everything works seamlessly. Okay?
Okay, all right. Thank you. I may be on track then. Thank you.
Okay.
I have a question.
Amobi, please. If you have a question, just raise up your hands, okay?
Yeah, I just don't know how to this project, do I need to create a playground and do it on that playground or anywhere?
How else do you want to do it?
I was thinking of creating a playground just for this project. Yes,
you create a playground just for this project because you don't have to pay for it. It's free, and it's a brand new project. You might have done something previously that will affect your current org, and you have the liberty to create as many projects as possible. Okay, as many playgrounds as possible. Okay, sorry. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Isaac, please.
If we have a subsequent question, the mentor, how do we know our mentor and all that?
Okay, let's finish with the project and I will show you the next one, okay? Let's finish with the project first. Yeah. Annabelle, please.
Yeah, I looked at the question and somehow I felt there was a field that was left out from the billing object.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
What does it say?
Add any other fields you find useful.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
That's your own thoughts. You feel that a field is missing, then please feel free to add that field, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Shalom, please.
Hi. So mine is about the plan in the customer object. I use the pick list for selecting what plans they can go with. Do you think that should go or not?
I don't think pick list will work because once you have a pick list, you're limited to the plan, but you don't have all this information that comes with a plan. Okay, so you need to use a lookup relationship. A pick list will only limit you to basic plan, premium plan, and standard plan, but they wouldn't have calling minutes in that plan, free internet MB. I don't want to do this. I want you to do it, but I'm going to show you how to book a mentor that would help you to do this if you are a bit lost, okay? But again, I want you to try lookup relationship. Try lookup with two objects and see what you can do with a lookup relationship. Don't use pick list. Pick list wouldn't solve this, okay?
Okay, so I went with the idea that the plan, the basic plan, the different types of the plans have been already defined. So I have defined it already. So that's how I went with it.
Yeah,
so
but how would you get this data? How would you get all this data from a pick list? Pick list wouldn't give you all this information. It's going to give you just a static stuff. You can use record types maybe, but don't make it complex. Just try to use something simple like a lookup relationship, and you should be able to get all this data when you're creating customer and you select that plan. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Antoinette, please. Antoinette, please.
Okay, thank you, Babatope. Is there any submission date?
Next week. By end of next week, you should be submitting this, okay? Because there's still part 2 to this project.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Amok, please. Amok, please.
Sorry, I already asked my question. I didn't drop my hands.
No worries.
Sorry about that.
Rosemary, please.
Thank you. Just wanted to confirm, can we use record types in the sense that when we've set the basic, premium, and standard, and then we are creating a customer, like those 3 options appear, and then we choose, does that work?
Yeah, it will work, but I don't see the benefit of it right now. Maybe your version 2, you'll be using record types definitely, but right now, record types would only determine what fields you want to enter, right? But now, why would you be entering this all the time? You know, you don't want to be entering it all the time. That's why the lookup will just automatically give it to you.
Okay.
Do you get?
That makes sense. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I think, no worries, no worries. I think that's all for the projects. Please, if you have any other questions regarding projects, this is how you should go and resolve it. You book a mentor and the mentor will guide you. I wouldn't explain anything about the project again. I want you to now start working and start solving problems, okay? So now that we have this, let me show you how you can book a mentor. First thing first, you log into the single login. Once you are logging, make sure you log in as a user, okay? I'm going to again, try to log in as a user so you don't see all these stuffs. Switch to my business, which is Blackforce. Then I go to modus and I open the online booking, okay? I open the online booking. Before I do that, I need to create a coupon for you guys. Okay, I need to create a coupon. Just 1 minute. Okay. So basically, you wouldn't see this because it's an admin settings, but you will get to see maybe this and this. If you're a user, if you're a mentor, you probably see this and this, okay? But again, focus on the things you can see and ignore the things you cannot see in this video. So most likely as a student or a trainee, you'll be seeing this. So you want to make a booking, okay? You want to make a booking and you can see a bunch of bookings that you've previously made in the past. But if you're a staff, you get to see a lot of things, right? So I'm going to sign out and log in as someone that wouldn't see much information. So we can actually, or I should book someone that is already available. So one thing I can do is I will log out of this and log in to as a user that can make a booking, okay? So I will say this. So again, just the same way. Sorry, this guy doesn't have. So now I need to kind of like, as a mentor, I want to set up my availability so you can book me, okay? So obviously, I'm just giving you an example. Don't book me. I'm just giving you an example. Submit. So I'm saying that maybe I'm available on this day, for instance. Let me make it 18. Submit. And so I'm available on this date, right? This is what you will see. These two things. You will definitely see these two things. You might not see other things. As you can see, this guy is not the owner, so he doesn't see the coupon and settings. But as a staff, he can see all this and he's setting his availability. So I go to, let me refresh. I go to booking and I go to new booking, okay? You will get to see all the bookings you've made in the past and see the status of that booking. Go to new booking, then you select virtual location because Blackforce currently is virtual and you don't get the opportunity to meet in a coffee shop or something like that. So most of the booking relationship with your mentor would be virtual. Then you say next. Now you can see a lot of services being offered. So you just need to carefully look at those services provided by whatever mentors that have made themselves available for those services, and you can book their time. Okay. So right now we see career advice, we see interview, we see project help, we see general help, we see issues with single login, we see subscription issues, we see so many of them. But more importantly, you can see group trailhead. I'm going to give it to the group leader to make bookings for trailhead. Okay. As you can see, the time changes to 120 if it's a group activity. I think there's also group certification help as well. It changes to 30 minutes, okay? So whatever help you want, you can book for the service. More importantly, you have 30 minutes every week. So you have in total 2 hours every month. And you have 2 hours every other month. So you have 30 minutes every week times 4 is 2 hours, times 3 is 12 times 4 is 2 hours. So you have 30 minutes, okay? And you can always book a mentor every other week. Better if you do every other week, but you can also book every other day if you want, and you use all your voucher times. I'll tell you what that means shortly. So I'm booking career advice. I go next, and you see your staff. I book for interview project help, for instance. I go next, and you see the mentor. I book for general help. I go next, and you see this person ready. I book for issues with single login. I go next, and I see those that can help you with single login. So the mentors are still populating the availability, but you can see at least some people are ready to start accepting your booking. Okay, but don't go and book them immediately. Still work on your project before you start booking anyone, okay? Try to do your own bits so that your 30 minutes with the mentor, it's productive. Don't go to your mentor and say, I don't know where to start from. That's not good, okay? Do something and go to your mentor and say, okay, this is what I've done. Do you think I've done it right? And stuff like that. So now career advice. I select my preferred staff. Then I select the date, which maybe it could be today, and it could be tomorrow, depending on the availability, right? Then I select the availability I select the time based on the availability. Next, then obviously you get this option if you are a staff, but you don't have this option. You just have to put your name. Okay, you put your name, you put your email, and you put your phone number, and that's it. Okay, then you submit. Once you submit, it means you have booked, but you haven't finalized the booking. It only means you have booked, but you haven't finalized it. So how do you finalize it? You go to cart. That's why booking and cart is showing for you. You go to cart and you go to view cart, and you can see that you have this booking ready. You can proceed to checkout, and instead of you making payment as a member, you don't have to pay. All you just need to use is the coupon I'm giving you. Once you apply that coupon, it will take off the payment that you have to pay, okay? So I'm just gonna remove that because the coupon has just $50 credits. I'm applying that coupon and it will take off the amount I have to pay, okay? Again, 30 minutes every week, 2 hours every month. So you can book up to 6 hours during your entire project, okay? Please, can you just mute, please? Can you just mute, please? You can book up to 6 hours throughout the duration of your subscription. But please, 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 before you make a booking, be ready. If you're not ready, you're just going to be wasting the booking. And imagine your computer is not open and you're booking your mentor's time and stuff like that. That doesn't look nice, okay? So now that you've made the booking, remember, once you make the booking here, you have to go to the cart and go and pay for the booking. If you don't pay for the booking, your mentor will not arrive, your mentor will not be able to help you, okay? So that's how you can easily make a booking. So now, if I go to my email, or if you go to your email, you'll be able to see the booking. And it's going to tell you when the booking is, what time, and the Zoom link. So don't wait for anyone to give you any other information. After the booking, just go to your email and click on the Zoom link. The Zoom link is where you will have the meeting with your mentor. But please make sure that you're completely ready before you start making booking. I wouldn't expect anyone to make booking today, but by Friday, I would expect people to start making booking with a mentor to discuss their project because the project is due next week. Okay, so I'm going to take a pause here right now and find out from you guys if you have any questions regarding booking. Amobi, please.
Thank you. My question is, after making a booking, if an emergency comes up and I'm unable to make it, how do I contact my mentor just to maybe reschedule or cancel that booking so I don't waste their time?
Look at, whenever you make a booking, you're literally blocking someone's time, okay? Whenever you make a booking, you're blocking someone's time. So if you don't pay for that booking, the cart will be cleared. It's your responsibility to actually go back, go to the cart and remove every booking you've made on the cart, okay? It's your responsibility. However, some of you might just be very careless and you wouldn't pay for the booking and you're blocking someone else's time for the booking. So please always go to the cart and remove that booking if you're not interested in that booking again. That's number one. Number two, once you've made that payment, that means you've used the slot. Like the voucher I gave to you, as you can see, it's enabled for 6 times. You can use it 6 times. So whenever you pay, it goes down by 5. It's counting against your username that you log in from the single login. It's tied down to your single login accounts. So if you don't want any meeting again with the mentor, it's totally up to you. You can just communicate with the mentor that, sorry, I booked you and I don't think I'll be able to attend the meeting and stuff like that. Reschedule, I don't know if the mentor can allow you to reschedule, but the time which you've paid for is gone because the system does not work on refunds and stuff like that. So emergency case, just maybe it's going to be very hard to manage emergency cases, right? Because there's so many variables involved, and this is a technology platform. We're trying to minimize the amount of involvement we have to use to manage process. So just rebook for another time, but make sure that you are not going to be, it's very hard to actually say what's going to be an emergency, right? So on that case, I don't really have an answer right now, but it's something that we can do for future. Maybe within 24 hours, you can cancel your booking and stuff like that. But for right now, we don't have that facility. So I cannot give you a very concrete advice on that, okay?
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Does anyone have any other questions regarding booking? Do you know how to make a booking right now? If you're lost, if you don't know what to do you know how to make a booking and get in touch with your mentor?
You can just recap, please.
So I go to booking. You're going to go from single login. Okay, this is single login. You click on online booking and it takes you to your booking page. You go to booking on the left-hand side. You click on new booking. You click on, it's always going to be virtual location for now. Okay, you click on virtual location. You click on next. Then you now click, look at, like someone messaged me yesterday about resume review. And it's going to take me at least 30 minutes to 1 hour to review a resume. The person can just go online and click on resume review. And the next thing, they go to next. Then they look for someone that is available to review their resume. Like me, I set myself available for that service, but I still need to be available in terms of time. So I can do resume review does not mean that I'm available for nights. If I'm not available for today, am I available for tomorrow? Okay, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Then the person can book me for that time. So when you go to service, you select a service, but when you go to staff, the staff is someone that can provide that service. Do you understand? It's not every mentor that can provide resume review. So it's that person that I have assigned to provide resume review, you will see on the staff list. So after that, then you select the date and you select the time. Once you select the date and time, you submit. Okay? You submit. After you submit, you go to CAT. Submitting that booking does not mean you booked it unless you pay. So if you make a booking and you haven't used that code I gave to you to pay, your booking has not been made or has not been paid for, and you haven't made any reservation with the mentor. So you have to go to CAT. And when you go to CAT, you will see the booking that you've just made, which is at the top. You click on it and you can, I think this is not arranged properly. The booking that you've just made, you will see, I think it's going to be unpaid. Yes, this one. Then you see pay beside it. Okay, you click on pay and you can pay, or you can view it. And once you view it, you click on proceed to checkout. Whichever way you want, you can pay. You can pay directly or view and proceed to checkout. Whichever way is going to take you to the same screen. Now that you're on this screen, all you just need to do is enter this code, BlackForce50, and apply. Currently, it says 50. Apply, it says 0. Then you check out. That's how to book. Now, let's say you've used all your minutes, all your hours, you've used all your grace for the whole period. How do you make a booking? The same way you've been making a booking. The only difference is you have to pay that yourself, meaning that you select the time, okay, and you submit. After you submit, you go to the cart. It's automatically appearing here. Click on pay. But because you don't have that coupon again, the coupon is gone. You've already used all your minutes, all your time. You click on Stripe. And when you click on Stripe, it takes you to Stripe and you'll be paying for the mentor's time. Okay? That's how you make a payment if you've used all your time for the month. Okay? I don't want anyone to just keep booking the mentor and they just exhaust their mentors and the mentors feel like this is stress and this is job. I don't want that. Okay? So now that's on how to book. But now I'm introducing a group training whereby you in a group can actually book a mentor to help you with the project. Okay? So mentor helping you with the project as a group is different from one-on-one help. One-on-one help is when you have your own dedicated time with a mentor, okay? But when you want to have a group help, I'm going to give your group leader a coupon. The group leader will be able to book for the service of the mentor, okay? The group leader will be able to book for the service of the mentor. They will have a different coupon code, and that one would last for about 1 hour, okay? So you have group mentorship, 1 hour long. You have one-on-one mentorship, 30 minutes long, and you have 2 hours every month, 6 hours for the next 3 months. Are you guys good? Is everything clear? Do you have any questions?
Yes, please. For the CV review, the resume review, thank you. That was awesome. I want to know, I think you answered it just now. You said 3 months. You know, for those of us that would like to get our certifications, to be sure we know what we're doing before we put it in our resume. 3 months, right?
Yes. So again, don't be in a rush. Like this month is for your training. Get to know about Salesforce in and out. Don't focus, like personally, if I were you, I can use my booking for next month because that's when you would need help, when you're looking for a job. Trust me, everyone that passed through my training and they were looking for Salesforce job had to make one-on-one meeting with me. And that one-on-one meeting would be needed when you're actively looking for jobs. So you don't want to kind of like use all your mentorship meetings and still call me and say, okay, I want this meeting, but I've already given the opportunity, right? So you just have to kind of like be very accommodating of my own time, because my own time is where I get paid. This is just free stuff I'm giving to you, but when I get paid is when I get to work, right? So now I would suggest you master Salesforce this month. Use the clinic hours, use the group meeting big bookings, and master Salesforce this month. Next month, when you're looking for a job, preparing for certification, that's when you should be booking your mentor, because that's when they can actually help you more. Having said that, I understand that some people are currently struggling. It's normal. It's normal for people to struggle in a diverse group. So please do not hesitate to have one-on-one mentorship with a mentor, and try not to select me as much as possible. Do you know why? Because even if you reach out to me for help, I will still help you. So why do you want to book me? Just book your mentors. Have a different perspective. But I'm not saying that you should now book my time for 1 hour because I'm going to help you for free. No, don't do that, okay? Book your mentors, have a feel of what it means to talk to someone else about Salesforce. Then talk to me casually, 5 minutes help, 10 minutes help. I can easily do that. But if you're taking 30 minutes of my time, no, that is not fun, right? It's not cool. So try to understand from that perspective and play along with the game and play along with the process which we put in place. It's for the process to be the business, not me. I want to take my face off the business, but the process is now making things happen. Okay. So I think I've been very clear, but I think we have 2 more hands. So I'm going to call on Ganiyu. Ganiyu, please.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you very much, Dr. Babatope. You put this thing together, and of course, I must commend you. Now, on the group booking, is it going to attract any further charge? Like, for instance, individual booking, when that individual has exhausted their time, of course, if you want to do extra booking, you will pay. But for the group booking, are we also going to pay something extra or something? I just want to know.
So for the group booking, is going to be, your voucher will be given to your group leaders. So your group leader will coordinate and you book among yourself. Okay? So it's not going to be extra charge or something. It's another opportunity for you to learn in a smaller group. That's the goal. Okay?
Okay. Thank you very much.
Good stuff. B, please.
Oh, you've answered. Sorry, I forgot to raise down.
Okay. Comfort, please.
Okay, what I wanted to ask is, if you can't, or if you don't want to use all your time,
for a month? Is it carried over to the next month?
Yes, you can carry it over to the next January. End of January is when we stop the subscription, right? And if you want to continue, we have to discuss that, but I don't think you should continue any subscription after January. You should just focus by yourself and just ping me once in a while and tell me how you're moving with your career and everything, okay? But you can carry over to next month, you can carry over to January if you don't use anything this month. Okay.
Okay, then also for the group meetings, the group bookings, how long is that going to be for a month?
I don't know. Like, group meeting is a privilege. So the group leader will be given a voucher to book for your meetings. If you have group projects you have to work on, the group leader will be responsible for that. So you just have to talk to your group leader when I assign you guys to groups. So typically it's going to be 1 hour, okay? Just like the clinic hours. That's how it's going to be. Look at the whole idea is to spike you up, guys. The whole idea is to let you commit to Salesforce for the next 3 months. I don't know how else I can do this other than just getting you involved in all this kind of activities. It's now up to you to determine or to decide that I want to do this or I'm too busy to do this. I cannot control that. I can only give you the tools and the techniques that would get you the job. But if you don't apply for a job, you won't get it. It's just as simple as that. So please, please, please try to be very accommodating when you're making your request. But more importantly, you need to be hungry. You need to be independently ready. Then when you're ready, you just see how the force works. Like it's like miracle. It's something that will just happen. You wouldn't believe it. But if you keep going in one direction and you're focused, the next thing is you just see miracles happen everywhere. But if you're thinking you only read when we call for clinics or in-class training, it's gonna be very hard. Okay. So please read outside of the in-class, read outside of the clinic, read outside of the mentorship. Just be ready. And you will see how everything will come together. Okay. So I think I have to go now. I've overwhelmed with a lot of information, but I know you guys are good students and you guys will make me proud. So I think Olajide has one question and we'll stop after the Olajide so you guys can continue with the clinic. Olajide, please.
This opportunity. Thank you for all you've done, putting all this together. It's a great work and we definitely will make you proud. Okay, so my question is this. For those of us that are looking at, the interview session and all that, is that open right away? Can we just go ahead, and start?
Are you ready for interview?
Babatope, we all have different cases, different situations. So I think I want to go to the process of not immediately going for interviews and all that, but maybe in subsequent weeks, maybe in like 2 weeks or thereabouts. Is it open? Maybe in the next
Yeah. Interviews are open, but I would recommend you start doing the interviews after the training. So I will just give you hints and say, you know what, we talked about this in class, right? But I cannot give you hints if I haven't talked about it in class. So I need to have trained you, and I can just direct you to watch certain videos, or I can direct you to watch certain key points. And the interview tips will now make a lot of sense to you. But if you haven't done the entire Salesforce admin training, whatever I give you in the interview tips would not make sense. That's number one. Number two, there is a group interview session for everyone, whereby I will interview you or you can interview me based on similar questions they ask in the interview, and I'll show you how to answer those questions, right? I'll show you how to answer those questions, and you can now go to the interview and say it the same way. Let me tell you one thing about me you probably don't know. I've never failed any interview before. Like, you guys wouldn't believe it, but I have never failed any interview before. I've only applied for jobs like 3 to 4 times since I got to Canada. Yes, I probably applied to other jobs on Indeed, but they never called me. They don't call me for jobs I apply through Indeed. But the people that want me, they reach out to people and they reach out to me. And once they have that interview with me, I'm going to win that interview. I'm going to win it. And how do I win it? I have things to say. That's number one. I have the content. I know my stuff. So that's what I'm preparing you guys for. First of all, you should know your stuff. If you don't know your stuff, no matter what, if you go to the interview, you'll be fumbling. But if you've done the admin stuff, you know your stuff, you have your certification, interview will be easy for you, very easy. Because after this project, you have another group project and you have another work experience. So with 3 projects on your belt, and you tell me that you wouldn't know anything to say in the interview, no way. You will know something to say in the interview, but you need to do the project. Because even after the project, you will just feel like you know Salesforce more than I do. And that's where I want to get you. So next time I call you to come and organize a session, you'll be excited because you know Salesforce and you're not going to be shy from those tasks, okay? That's where I'm building you guys. And I'm hoping that one of you guys will just take up the initiative and start tapping into this, okay? Again, the interview is open, it's free, but make sure that you're ready to start looking for a job. And that means you know the training and you probably have the certification as well, okay?
You are just too awesome. Almighty God will continue to bless you and bless your family in Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Thanks.
Amen.
Thanks.
Amen.
Okay. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. I think I have to hand over to Samuel. And if you guys are interested in a clinic, please wait behind for Samuel to continue. But if you're not interested in clinic, you can just drop off now. But the clinic is about what we did yesterday and a bit of opportunities, right? So please join the clinic, enjoy Samuel's time. He has done some of the trailhead. So if you're not interested in the clinic, you can drop off. I'm going to be dropping off now, okay? Take care, guys. I'll see you later in the evening, okay? Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
You can stop this video and start a new video for the clinic, okay?